Buckle up, this isn't your typical origin tale. Picture a Maui waiter with a devil-may-care grin who flips shrimp trays for $20 million movie deals, partnering with a cutting-edge prayer rap that's turning digital devotion into a Hollywood phenomenon. Ready for a whirlwind ride through outrageous luck, blockbuster blessings, and a rebel spirit that laughs in the face of fate? Let's jump right in.
Is it Man of the Year? Man of the Year. Am I one of them? You are. No way. Hey, what's up? I'm the Man of the Year.
Nowadays, forget earning $1.4 million an episode as a Navy SEAL in Personalist. Chris Pratt is now pocketing about $20 million for his electrifying turn in the electric state.
Some hot action.
With blockbuster successes like the Jurassic World trilogy and Guardians of the Galaxy firmly cementing his spot in Hollywood's A-list and providing him with the freedom to produce whatever shows he fancies. But despite all this, millions of fans adore him for being so very down-to-earth.
All right, so Suffolk number 70 here has got a little bit too much milk on one side, so this is called...
We love a rags-to-riches story of a typical American dude with no professional training earning a fortune off his potbelly. Making stupid jokes.
Baby, I'm back!
Thank you so much!
And flexing his muscles. Chris likes to tell us that all this is the product of luck, that he was a simple guy from a simple family who dropped out of acting school and college to live in a trailer on Maui Beach, and yet somehow still ended up on the big screen.
I want to never take life too seriously. And I want to always have fun. And I want to always make decisions that allow me to do that. And I want to be a free spirit.
Back in school, talking to his wrestling coach, Chris confidently claimed he would become rich and famous one day. He did not know how, but it didn't seem all that important to him. His philosophy of life was simple: get the most out of it and have fun on the way. When he was young, he did not miss a chance to put on a $40 strip show for some grannies or trick some people with discount coupons.
I'm gonna call the police if you don't get off my porch.
Oh,
right now.
Do it! Call some police, because they have cars, and we'd be happy to service their cars, too.
I'll do it!
Quick-witted Chris succeeded at becoming a real business manager at only 19 years old.
I'm a businessman. I do business, man. Talking business, man.
It was one of those things where if you work very hard and you stay enthusiastic and you follow the steps, you can open your own office and like start your own business. And I did. I like made it all the way to the top.
No.
I opened my own office. 19.
However, he managed to fail at that after only a month and ended up in Hawaii, working as a waiter in Bubba Gump Shrimp Company and earning just enough to buy himself some weed. That is where Chris opened his lucky box of chocolates. He recognized a famous actress he waited on at the restaurant and didn't miss a chance to say, "Put me in a movie. I was amazing at acting back in school." It was exactly what Rae Dawn Chong needed. She was in search of another guy for her directorial debut in a cheap horror film.
That script is for Cursed Part 3, the movie that I got paid $700 to do that.
$700?
I know, I was like, score!
Genuine self-confidence helped Pratt stick around in Los Angeles. He could easily find a place to crash for the night, free acting internships in theater studios, and pictures for his actor portfolio.
3 months ago, I was going out on Friskies commercials, and now I booked a series, and this is great. And I just would like to just keep it going and keep working.
Everything he earned back then, he spent on audio interfaces and his guitars. Fans are well aware of his talent.
You're as hot as the sun, but you're as cold as ice. Let me take you to paradise.
He even got his meals for free, right at the restaurant where he worked part-time as a waiter.
I'd been busted so many times eating off people's plates that they were like, you have to stop doing that. Like, it's really, really bad.
Pratt is indeed a man of enormous appetite. At his first job at a Washington diner where he'd been flipping burgers at 14, in just a month he managed to eat more than he actually cooked. In his first interview, he said, "The best perk of being a celebrity is all the free stuff." But even after becoming a superstar, he was repeatedly caught stealing props from the set of his films. Chris doesn't deny he stole a knife from the Jurassic World set and grabbed Star-Lord's jacket. Though since he needed it to entertain the kids in the hospital, I guess we can give him a pass. Fangirls now swoon at the sight of Chris Pratt's pumped-up chest, but Chris still has to keep fighting his nature to keep it.
That look on my, you know what that look on my face is?
Hunger?
Yeah.
In the beginning of his career, he surrendered to his instincts. His role as Andy, a simpleton in Parks and Recreation, was his first breakthrough after almost 10 years of residing in LA. He intentionally gained some weight to make his character seem more ridiculous, and it was so well received that instead of 6 episodes the character was supposed to appear in originally, Andy lasted for all 7 successful seasons of the show.
There's so much free food at this party, honey. I love politics. Look, I made a shrimp claw.
I'm really proud of you, babe.
Oh, wow, that is really good. There was a guy eating lunch in here who didn't finish his spaghetti. Oh, also, Tom and Lucy are totally gonna fall in love. 5-second rule.
It was during Parks and Recreation when the 30-year-old actor began the roller coaster of gaining and losing weight. In 2009, he weighed more than 250 pounds. When the props are food, Chris simply can't keep his mouth shut.
I went through 12 takes, I went through 12 racks of ribs, which is the equivalent of 6 pigs. Yes.
Only a year later, a noticeably ripped Pratt starred in a sports drama with Brad Pitt, a film that went on to garner Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Oscar nominations. This is when Pratt got his first experiences as a star on the promo circuit.
You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I kind of hit 10 when I stopped having to serve people food. So I've been riding 10 ever since, and this is like a really nice part of that.
Numerous times, Pratt has had to go through weight fluctuations for his roles, setting his personal weight record of 300 pounds. But these major experiments took a toll on his health. I was impotent, fatigued, emotionally depressed.
Honey, I need to lose 75 pounds. Stop baking.
It was through all this time that he was married to the beautiful and hilarious actress Anna Faris. They met before his Parks and Recreation weight roller coaster experiments when they played lovers in a romantic comedy, Take Me Home Tonight. The scary movie star later admitted she desperately wanted to f her on-screen partner, even though she was still married to her first husband at the time. It's easy to lump him into big dude who likes trucks. As you get to know him, he's a really complicated, interesting person.
I'll give you a boost. You grab the saddle horn.
What's the saddle horn?
Directors kept overlooking that fact. Even when Chris was in perfect shape, he could have gained global fame long before, but he got rejected at the casting for Star Trek and Avatar. Instead, he made small appearances in the films Jennifer's Body and Bride Wars. Well, f it, said Pratt to himself, I'll be dim-witted and guileless. His wife was pretty happy with his physique. We were drinking a lot of wine and having fun. I was her little Hansel out in the woods, and she was fattening me up to put me in the fire. Apart from having the best times of their lives, there were moments when the couple had to seek help from a higher power. In 2012, their son Jack was born 9 weeks early. The baby suffered a severe cerebral hemorrhage and had to spend a month in intensive care. Yet Chris never showed how hard it was for him.
He does his exercises every day. I put him on the bench. He's putting up
He is doing well.
Yeah.
Pratt has a joke for every situation, which was what James Gunn was taken by at the casting for Guardians of the Galaxy. Even when Chris turned into a pile of muscles, he still kept kidding around just as before.
I was like, come on, that felt really good to me.
That just cost us $150,000. Stop with making the noise with your mouth.
Behind the scenes, he can't even stand straight. If he's not busy showing off his d to the team,
Oh God, Chris, I can't stop it.
Okay, now put the camera with.
he entertains himself with crayons.
It's actually a unicorn that Chris drew me a while back. Thank you for being my husband, and I love you so much.
Only 4 months after this love confession, at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where the actor appeared for his star installation ceremony, Chris and Anna announced their breakup. Fans, deprived of the details, assumed Jennifer Lawrence was the homewrecker, as the two were shooting the film Passengers. Later, Faris admitted the reason for their divorce was acting competition between them and lack of support, while Chris did not hide the fact that his breakout roles cost him the precious time with his son. From his 7th month to his 13th month, I saw him twice. His first sentence was, "Dada's working." The exes kept maintaining a close relationship. Anna even had a a lot of fun at the wedding of Chris and Catherine Schwarzenegger. Still, it's hard to get past the fact that after the divorce, Pratt faced a wave of hate on social media by entire armies of haters with the hashtag RIP Chris Pratt. The first accusations appeared due to the actor's religious beliefs.
God is real. God loves you. God wants the best for you. Believe that. I do.
In a bold twist, Chris Pratt recently joined Hallow, the #1 prayer app, and declared on Fox and Friends, "I care enough about Jesus to make a stand, even if it costs me everything." This move, aligning him with faith influencers like Mark Wahlberg, is making headlines. Yet even as he preaches on Hallow, Pratt's inner cowboy refuses to retire. His hunting escapades still get animal advocates howling, as if he's praying with one hand and brandishing a rifle with the other.
In that, there's a certain zen, like you shed any stress of the real world, you know?
Chris doesn't hide the fact that he's into hunting. You can always find some game in his freezer and the post of his prey on Instagram. The actor has also been repeatedly accused of being sexist. Once, he compared his wife Catherine, who had just given birth to their daughter, to a sheep.
And yeah, you have to express the milk. I do that home now with Catherine. And I say, hey Jack, get over here. Yeah, we have fun with that.
And sometimes, Pratt faces tons of shit for no logical reason. For instance, many were outraged when Chris was cast to voice the famous plumber, Mario.
What? What? This is so stupid. What?
No matter how much Pratt is being praised by directors and industry peers, some still believe he should be removed from the big screens for being unprofessional. They say as an actor, he doesn't so much play roles as much as he just plays himself with different names and earns tons of money to do it. Probably never noticing the actor made a whole TV series about his rigorous exercising training program and extremely strict diet.
Sitting here withering away to nothing. Eating carrot cake muffin. Carrot cake muffin. Carrot cake muffin.
Pratt constantly overcomes his love for food and booze, yet he still gets roasted.
There's no such thing as dinosaurs anymore. They make those come out of nowhere. Can't they do that with your body? I mean, can't they just CGI you? Why would you even burden yourself with this?
Flexing his muscles for $10 million per movie, Chris never forgets about his history. His father was a gold miner, and his mom worked in a diner. They had 3 children and barely made ends meet. When the youngest of them, Chris, finished school, they moved into a trailer because his family lost the house.
We weren't cash rich, but we were never love poor.
His father, Daniel, never got to see his son's worldwide fame. In 2014, he died of multiple sclerosis, which runs in the family, but Chris never forgets to thank him.
Thanks to my mom and my dad, and my brother Cully, my sister Angie, I love you. I love our family.
After his first big paycheck, Chris got his mother a place to live. Later, Arnold Schwarzenegger's now son-in-law bought a house in LA for $16.6 million. Pratt also owns a big farm with a lake and some sheep.
I love yous.
Yeah, they're so, I love yous. I love yous too.
I love yous.
He has 4 cars, but none of them are expensive sports cars. Among them is a Volkswagen Beetle from 1965, which the actor spends time tinkering on. Instead of loud celebrity parties, Chris prefers spending his time with his son fishing or doing his daughter's hair. Pratt found a perfect way to monetize his talents. He likes to sometimes roast himself.
I'm a puppet.
Right, yeah.
Like,
a very good-looking puppet.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank
and
you.
smart puppet.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
and if that gets me really fun fishing trips, like a cool car, I'll do it. You know?
While some haters try to cancel him for every careless comment or action, Chris keeps exploring life and learning with an effortless smile. A dummy from a sitcom who never read screenplays but somehow mastered blockbuster roles and created a meaningful TV series. What do you think comes next? An Oscar or a Grammy?
I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before.
If you like our video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell.